I'm pregnant with the villain's baby. The system wants me to redeem him. The main heroine hasn't even made her move yet. You really need me? Once you redeem him, the villain can become the domineering CEO he's meant to be. Only then can the main couple live happily ever after. So I'm just a tool. To be used and then thrown away. The system's voice was cold. You can only return to your world by completing the mission. Host, you don't have a choice. What a traitor. I hit the report button. And just like that, the world went quiet. I lounged on a beach chair, sipping a lemon soda. Ah, what a beautiful day. I'd been transported into a novel, reincarnated as the villainess. The moment I opened my eyes, I found myself in Nathan Brown's bed. The man's arm was draped over my waist. My slightest movement woke him. Zoe? Ahem. That's me. According to the book, this was the night I got pregnant. Mr. Brown, hello. Why are you here? This was my cue to burst into beautiful, delicate tears. If I tilted my face just so, at a 45-degree angle, the morning light would make me look exactly like his dream girl, the one that got away. Then, I was supposed to use every trick in the book, imitating her in every way, even using the Brown family air in my belly to threaten him. And after his one true love returned to the country, I'd orchestrate a car crash. No one died in the crash. In fact, it only brought the main couple closer together. The sinister villain transformed into a domineering CEO who made millions of girls swoon. And me? After years of scheming, I got nothing. My dark, depressive mood caused complications with the pregnancy. The baby was born premature. And I bled out and died on the operating table. Wow, what a fabulous life. Anyone who wants it can have it. You shouldn't be here. Nathan's voice turned cold. I snapped to attention, nodding immediately. Right. I'll leave right now. I scooped my clothes off the floor, threw them on haphazardly, and bowed a full 90 degrees. Mr. Brown, I'm leaving. Wait a minute. Hold on. Why is he changing his tune all of a sudden? I quickly buttoned the top button of my shirt, my expression serious, like a loyal corporate drone waiting for my boss's next order. I completely ignored the 4-pack of abs the Adonis on the bed was showing off. There were probably another 4 abs under the covers, right? I must have touched them last night. Drool. Too bad I hadn't transmigrated yet. What a shame, a real shame. The duck was served, and I didn't even get a taste. If you dare leak a word about what happened today, you know the consequences. I get it. Miss Brooke is coming back to the country soon. This has to stay a secret. Claire Brooke, the sole daughter of the Brooke Group. Claire's original fiancé was Nathan's older brother, Leo Brown. Nathan and Leo were half-brothers. To fight for control of the Brown family fortune, Nathan had used some underhanded tactics to steal his brother's girl. Classic villain move. And now, Claire was about to return. And I, the clingy little weed from a one-night stand, was supposed to know my place and quietly disappear. Well, I hesitated on purpose. My face basically screamed, please bury me in cash. Nathan had always been generous when money could solve a problem. $1 million. Don't push your luck. Ding. A notification for the deposit hit my phone. You got it. $1 million in hush money. You're the boss, whatever you say goes. I snatched my bag and bounced, happier than a pig in mud. With $1 million in hand, I immediately requested a few days off. Nathan had plenty of other assistants. Cancun, here I come. Just as I was blissfully enjoying an essential oil massage from a couple of male models I'd hired, Nathan's call came through. Mr. Brown? Zoe, where are you? Where's the waterfront project proposal? We've got less than 48 hours, and I haven't even seen a draft. You don't want your bonus? What proposal? The book never said the villainess actually did any work. Wasn't I just supposed to tilt my head at a 45-degree angle and cry beautifully to trigger Nathan's rare moments of pity, then max out his black card? Isn't getting by on your looks enough? Why do I have to get up early and work late writing some stupid proposal? I was still spacing out. The male model, with the worst timing ever, pressed down hard. I let out a soft moan. Hey, that's my ticklish spot. You can't press there. The model was a little devil. Seeing me flinch, he pressed the same spot again. At the same time, he leaned in and whispered in my ear. Is the pressure okay? What are you saying? That's so easily misunderstood. Sure enough. The other end of the line went dead silent. Zoe, I'm giving you 10 minutes to put that proposal on my desk, personally. Otherwise, you can forget about this month's salary. No, Mr. Brown, let me explain. Beep, beep, beep. The jerk actually hung up on me. I slapped the model's hand off my back, grabbed his chin to pull him closer, and asked with a half smile, was that on purpose? The model shot me a flirty look. Whatever do you mean, darling? We provide strictly professional services. These guys in Cancun are something else. So spicy. I love it. I gave his abs a suggestive pat. You're a good boy. Let's continue. 10 minutes. I'm in Cancun. Even if I grew wings, I couldn't fly back in 10 minutes. If that's the case, might as well just slack off. I'm not the heroine, anyway. Oh, right. Earlier, some self-proclaimed system popped up, telling me to redeem Nathan. Other than being intense and domineering, wearing a string of prayer beads, and having a whole cold on the outside, fiery on the inside contradictory thing going on, he didn't seem to have any major psychological issues. Me, the main heroine, hasn't even made her move yet. You really need me? System, once you redeem him, the villain can become the domineering CEO he's meant to be. Only then can the main couple live happily ever after. Oh, so I'm just supposed to be some brainless saint. I redeem the guy. And all I get is the title of villainess and nothing else. Plus I get sent off with a fatal hemorrhage. Why is my life so cheap? The system's voice was cold. You can only return to your world by completing the mission. Host, you don't have a choice. What a traitor. My sharp eyes spotted a report button hidden in the corner. One gentle tap. And just like that, the world went quiet. Good riddance. Bye-bye now. I got tired of the models. That evening, I swapped them out for a group of influencers. We hadn't even finished one round of werewolf when someone burst through the door, dragging the hotel manager behind him. Who are you? This is illegal entry, I'm calling the poly, Mr. Brown? Why was Nathan Brown here? Shouldn't he be in his office crying while writing the proposal? What's he doing flying to Cancun to find me? What for? Is this a job only I can do? Do corporate drones not get any freedom? I submitted my time off request. I'm slacking off by the book, not even labor laws can touch me. What gives you the right to scowl at me? You have 10 seconds to get out. Nathan snarled at the influencers, his face as dark as a thundercloud. Hey, who's that guy? One of the younger influencers shot him a dismissive look. Oh, honey. You don't want your career anymore? That's your boss's boss's boss. Don't you know Brown Corp basically runs all of Asia? The fearlessness of youth is truly admirable. I salute you, brave soul. All right. I'll let you all live. The mood was ruined, so there was no point in playing anymore. Besides, I was just a villager. I don't play roles without power. You guys can go, I said, putting down my card. The influencer was clearly interested in me. I get it. Even without makeup, your girl is radiant. Not to mention I was wearing red lipstick. Mesmerizing you is a piece of cake. I blew him a kiss. Be good. I'll call you tomorrow. You'll still get paid. The influencer left happily. Nathan stood in the doorway with a dark expression the whole time, like a grim bouncer. If he'd had a knife, I was genuinely afraid those kids wouldn't see tomorrow's sunrise. Everyone was gone. The hotel manager was wiping sweat from his brow. "Mr. Brown, in that case, I'll just get out." The hotel manager scurried away. Before he left, he gave me a 90-degree bow and thoughtfully closed the door for us. I turned around. Nathan was sitting in my spot. The tip of his shiny leather shoe tapped lightly on the table, his expression grim. "Using my money to play with other men. Zoe, you've got some nerve." "What do you mean, your money? I earned that with my skills. Once it's in my account, it's my money. I'll spend it however I want, you can't control me." I was just about to stand up for myself. I puffed out my chest, and pop, a button flew off. Nathan hadn't expected that. He burst out laughing, a mixture of anger and amusement. "Your game has gotten more sophisticated, Zoe. What are you trying to do?" "I wasn't trying to do anything. But since you brought it up, we could play a little." Mr. Brown scared off all the men I paid for. I slid onto his lap, breathing softly onto his slightly pursed lips. "You'll have to take responsibility for that." At this point, he was supposed to push me away, coldly telling me not to get any ideas. He should have told me not to think I'm special just because I look a little like Claire Brooke, that I'm just a replacement he bought for fun. Marrying into the family? In my dreams. But the plot seemed to have gone off the rails. Nathan's dark, unreadable eyes stared at me for a long moment, and then he reached up and loosened his tie. Those long, slender fingers had a cool elegance, and the prominent knuckles felt like they were pressing right against my heart. The crucial part. The hand he raised was wearing a string of prayer beads. This stoic, Zen master type is going to be the death of me. Oh no, oh no, oh no. See no evil, see no evil. Form is emptiness, emptiness is form. Feelings, perceptions, impulses, and consciousness are also like this. What comes after that? My heart isn't pure. I've been chanting the Heart Sutra for nothing. The more I chant, the drier my mouth gets. So thirsty. How can a man's Adam's apple be so beautiful? I really want to bite it. Gulp. I swallowed hard. I saw Nathan lean back lazily into the chair, his arm resting casually on my thigh. "Fine, I'll take responsibility. How do you want to play? Is this the sinister villain Nathan Brown from the book? Did he get transmigrated too? But this is way too hot." I glanced at the cards on the table. High card. Loser. Pays up. Strips. I froze. Nathan wants to play a game that intense with me? I thought back to when I first arrived, to the 4 abs I never got to see under the covers. My principles went out the window, and I nodded quickly. Okay. Strip it is. Only a coward wouldn't strip. As it turned out, I was the one who lost, big time. Nathan was impeccably dressed, with only the top button of his shirt undone, which he'd unbuttoned himself when he loosened his tie. And then there was me. My little blouse was gone. My camisole underneath was gone. And my long bohemian skirt was now a puddle on the floor. This isn't fair. Nathan, on the other hand. Aside from playing his cards, he hadn't even changed his position. Speaking of which, could you maybe move your hand? It was one thing when you had it resting there while I was wearing my skirt. But I'm bare-legged now. You. Nathan's calm gaze swept over me. Want to keep playing? Where are you looking? You animal. I'm done. I jumped up, grabbing my blouse from the floor to cover my chest. You cheated. Oh. How did I cheat? Do you have any proof? He watched me, amused. Can't handle losing, yet you still hire men to play with? You're not very good at this, are you, sweetheart? What did he just call me? I'm going to lose my mind. I'm done playing. It's over. I tried to leave, but Nathan grabbed my hand. With a firm tug, I fell back into his arms. The sharp scent of men's cologne hit me. My head spun, and I felt his arm wrap around my waist. His scorching palm pressed against my side, right on my ticklish spot. I let out a muffled groan, my face flushing red. It's not from shyness. It's because I'm ticklish. A low chuckle rumbled in his throat. What other services would you like? Is the pressure okay? Ayaha. How does he know about my activities from the past few days? Is that male model spa also owned by Brown Corp? I've been so careless. The look in his eyes was like he wanted to eat me alive. I don't want to be the other woman. Your one true love is on her way back to the country. Getting eaten alive and then getting nothing out of it is a bad deal. The proposal. Right. The proposal. I quickly pushed him away. The proposal is on my laptop. I brought my laptop, I can finish it right away. There's less than 24 hours, you can definitely win the waterfront project and become the king of real estate. I stood up straight, my voice firm and righteous. Unfortunately, my legs were a bit drafty. I glanced at the bohemian skirt at his feet. Then my eyes met Nathan's meaningful gaze. Damn it. What are you looking at? Don't you want the project? Don't you want your company? Are you planning to live on air? I will always be your most loyal subordinate. Please believe in my abilities. Within 6 hours, no, 4 hours, I will definitely finish it. He finally picked up the skirt for me. The moment he handed it to me, I could have cried. Do a good job. I'll be waiting in the room next door. If you don't produce that proposal, you'll face the consequences. He left. I let out a sigh of relief. I stood there dumbly for a moment before it hit me. That damn man, he just came here to make me work, didn't he? Evil capitalists are the worst. The proposal was done. Mr. Brown was very satisfied. While he was in a good mood, I tentatively asked, I still have 2 days of vacation left. How about you head back first? He stopped, his cool gaze sweeping over me. Oh. Does Assistant Zoe have other plans? Well, I did. I had a private villa booked and was all ready to throw a wild pool party the moment I saw you off. But now that you ask, I wouldn't dare. Nope. Really? Work brings me joy. I'd like to retract my request for the extra vacation days. Vacation that's already been approved cannot be retracted. Does that mean I'm losing 2 days of fun? No way. This is blatant exploitation. I'm going to file a complaint with the labor board. But when I looked up, I met Nathan's dark eyes. But you can be compensated, he added slowly. With money? Oh, well that works. My pool party, my handsome Cancun men, you have to wait for me. I'll be back. Not long after returning, Nathan secured the waterfront project. A few days later, he actually invited me to a French dinner. I waited with limited patience as the violinist gracefully finished a piece by our table and left. The restaurant was too fancy. One must maintain a certain level of decorum. So I pulled out my phone and quickly texted Nathan, who was sitting across from me. My compensation is a French dinner? That was 2 full days of my vacation. 2 days and 2 nights I could have been partying with hot guys in a pool. And it's only worth 1 French dinner? What am I, cheap? Nathan glanced at the message, the corner of his mouth twitching slightly. He quickly replied. The proposal was excellent. This is an extra reward. Oh. Meaning the money is still coming. Good. I bit my lip, thinking for a moment. But this is my personal time. Ding. A $10,000 transfer hit my account. I love you, Mr. Brown. Darling, the steak here is so tender. Let me feed you, okay? In a cheerful mood, I cut a small piece of steak and held it to Nathan's lips. When he looked over, I quickly turned my head to that perfect 45-degree angle, showing off my elegant profile. Nathan's gaze immediately softened. I get it. I totally get it. Until your one true love comes back. I'm still the little wildflower you keep on the side. See? Isn't my profile stunning? Doesn't the way I slightly lower my lashes look pitiful and moving? Does it remind you of your sweet younger days with your dream girl? Your money. Well spent. The mashed potatoes are good too. The vegetables are also very refreshing. That's enough. Nathan, having enjoyed my service, gave a reserved wave of his hand. You can eat on your own now. I happily cut a piece of smoked steak and put it in my mouth. But it was smoked foie gras. Ugh. Disgusting. I hate foie gras. My stomach churned. A wave of nausea washed over me. But this was a high-end restaurant. Even if I felt sick, I couldn't show it. My face turned a little pale as I picked up a napkin, preparing to discreetly spit it out. Nathan seemed to notice something was wrong. Are you feeling unwell? He was just about to stand up to check on me. Suddenly, someone called his name from behind. Nathan? Nathan froze. I quickly finished spitting and turned around. It was Claire Brooke. Nathan's one true love was back. When did she get back? No, wait. The point is, your one true love is back, and you're still here playing this replacement game with me? Are you sick? It really is you. Claire ran over like a carefree, beautiful princess. She gently linked her arm with Nathan's, giving it a playful shake. I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me. Is Nathan working? Her innocent eyes looked over at me. I'm blind. I'm not worthy. Yes. Mr. Brown and I were discussing work. But we're finished now. I stood up, giving him a polite, professional smile. Since your girlfriend is here, I won't disturb you. Claire's clear eyes curiously studied my face. I know I look a bit like you. If I didn't, how could I have caught Mr. Brown's eye and made a living off my looks so easily? Zoe, Nathan seemed to want to say something else. No need to be polite, Mr. Brown. I've already called for a ride. I'm a strong, independent woman. That delicate 45-degree profile was all an act. And it looks like I won't have to keep it up for much longer. That French dinner was not worth it. I went home and threw up violently. The next day, I dragged my zombie-like self to the hospital for a checkup. I thought I had food poisoning. But after seeing my blood test results, the gastroenterologist told me to go to the OB/GYN department. OB/GYN. Oh. That one time. I almost forgot I was pregnant. The OB/GYN said I was 6 weeks pregnant, and the fetal heartbeat was currently a bit weak. It's best to get some bed rest for a few days. Try to keep your emotions stable and get more nutrients. It wasn't the foie gras that made me sick. It was morning sickness. What goes around comes around. It doesn't matter who the father is. Mommy loves you. I took 3 days off. This time, Nathan approved it quickly. Makes sense. The real one is back. He doesn't need this replacement cluttering up his site anymore. I glanced at my bank account balance. The trip to Cancun had cost a fair bit. Luckily, Nathan was generous. The balance in my account was more than enough to buy a large house in a smaller city. Maybe I should quit and find a scenic place to raise the baby. The 3-day break passed quickly. I printed out my resignation letter, ready to head to HR. Unexpectedly, just as I got to the lobby of the office building, Claire Brooke called out to me. It wasn't strange for Claire to be here. After all, she was the one true love fiancé. The future lady of Brown Corp, stopping by for a visit, maybe meeting her boyfriend for brunch. Totally normal. Miss Brooke. I looked around. There were several people with the last name Brooke in this building. It was rush hour. Just within my line of sight, 2 other Miss Brooks had already turned their heads. So, she couldn't possibly be calling me, right? We're not related or friends. That day at the restaurant was the first time we'd met. Why would Claire Brooke want to see me? There was no need. I kept walking straight ahead, but a pair of delicate, porcelain white arms blocked my path. The woman in front of me was no longer the innocent little bunny from the restaurant. The way she looked at me now was like she was examining a cheap knockoff. Assistant Zoe. We need to talk. The queen has arrived to assert her dominance. But I had nothing to be afraid of. After all, the one who cheated physically was Nathan. What's it got to do with me? All right, Miss Brooke. I had intended to just find a coffee shop near the company building. But Claire insisted on going somewhere else. I've already made a reservation. Okay. Princesses are so high maintenance. Needing a reservation just for coffee. Claire took me to a very private Italian restaurant. The moment the door to our private room closed, I understood. What reservation? Claire just had something to say, and she needed to say it somewhere Nathan couldn't see. What a pure, innocent little flower. Nathan, you've been fooled. Your one true love is a master manipulator. Miss Brooke, if you have something to say, just say it. Here's $1 million. Leave Nathan. What? Did I hear that right? I never thought this kind of cliché drama would one day happen to me. But $1 million? I took a slow sip of tea and raised an eyebrow with a smile. In your eyes, Miss Brooke, is Nathan only worth $1 million? $2 million. Know your place and get lost. Claire looked at me with disgust. You know you're just a replacement, right? Don't you feel sick when you look in the mirror every day? Using someone else's face to please a man, only low-class women like you would resort to such cheap tricks. You just want money, don't you? Take the $2 million and leave the city. She threw a black card on the table. The money's here. Take it. I glanced at it and shook my head. Claire's expression turned cold. I don't like using other people's cards. I took out my phone and pulled up the QR code for my bank account. This is my account. Please make the transfer. She sneered. I knew what she was thinking. She was thinking, and here I thought she'd be difficult. Turns out she's just another gold digger. I didn't care what she thought. She wanted to buy her peace of mind for $2 million. I was happy to oblige. The sound of the money arriving in my account was incredibly sweet. Before I left my resignation letter on the table. Do whatever you want with this. I left. And flew to Miami. With the balance in my bank account, plus the $2 million from Claire, I had enough to just chill for a good long while. I lay on a beach chair, sipping a lemon soda. Ah, what a perfect day. 3 years later. I was scrolling through TikTok when I saw news that Brooke Corp had gone bankrupt. Wait, that's not right. How could Brooke Corp go bankrupt? Weren't they even more financially sound than Brown Corp? The whole reason Nathan was so determined to win over Claire was to get the support of Brooke Corp. How could it just go bankrupt like that? TSK. The games of capitalists are truly beyond the comprehension of us common folk. Boss, what are you still doing? The handsome guys in the pool are getting impatient. Coming. A huge outdoor swimming pool. 8 handsome men with different skin tones were showing off their muscles. The boss is here. Come see my pose, how's this? A blonde, blue-eyed British guy spoke fluent English, his puppy dog eyes making my heart flutter. After a year of slacking off, I started my own business. With the rise of short-form video in recent years, I rode the wave and became quite successful. Plus, I was happy, which made my already good looks even more radiant. Look at all these adorable handsome men. Which one of them doesn't want me to pick him? Nathan Brown? That's ancient history. Not even worth mentioning. Not sultry enough. Come on, give me a seductive look. Yes. Just like that. Bite your lip. Good boy. Johnny, yes, you. Pop that booty, move with the rhythm, 1, 2, 3, 4, now turn, good, just like that. Lucy, wasn't a new brand representative supposed to visit today? Why aren't they here yet? They'll be here any minute. Bring them straight in when they arrive. Let them see our latest major photo shoot in action. I now have my own studio, specializing in marketing for fashion products. Being surrounded by handsome men and beautiful women, this is the career I love. Being a CEO's assistant might have been a piece of cake, but it's nowhere near as fun as this. This is the place. We're currently shooting a vlog for a major international swimwear brand. Lucy seemed to have brought someone in. I needed to show off my professionalism in front of the new brand rep. I didn't turn around, continuing to direct the male models in the pool to strike their poses. I have complete faith in Ms. Zoe's taste. Who's talking? Why does that voice sound a little familiar? I turned my head. Nah, Nathan Brown. Why is he here? Nathan, in his sharp suit, was a head-turner wherever he went. A few of the younger girls in the studio were already starry-eyed. He fiddled with the prayer beads on his wrist. His cool, detached gaze seemed to sweep over my face, almost unintentionally. Then he extended his hand. Long time no see, Miss Zoe. There were no rings on his well-defined fingers. He should have married Claire 2 years ago. That's where the book ended. The sinister villain is redeemed by his past love and finally walks down the aisle with her. A happy ending for everyone. Happy ending. I glanced at his hand. Going out without a wedding ring? Who are you trying to pick up? Jerk. Still, I would observe the proper etiquette. I smiled and extended my hand. Our fingers brushed for a moment. I pulled back instantly. Long time no see, Mr. Brown. Anna, come and introduce our studio to Mr. Brown. Lucy pulled me aside, whispering excitedly in my ear. What a hottie, the stoic, Ice King CEO type. Boss, who is he? An old flame? This girl's eyes were sharp. No. An old boss, I said calmly. Are you kidding me? How could I possibly admit to any relationship with him? Another girl from our marketing team came over. I know him. He's the president of Brown Corp. He's been acquiring several high-end luxury brands lately. I can't believe a big boss like him would come to inspect in person. You're right. A boss that big would never come here for a personal inspection. Nathan's showing up here. There's definitely something fishy going on. I haven't done anything to feel guilty about, except. I glanced up at the second-floor balcony. This beachfront villa is mine. Although I have a smaller, more private apartment elsewhere. But my little one isn't in school yet. I always bring her with me when I go to work. If I work late, we often just sleep at the villa. My little one is taking her afternoon nap right now. Is the door closed properly? Is it too loud downstairs? I glanced at my watch. She's only been asleep for 40 minutes. She probably won't wake up. Should I send a text to have the nanny check the windows? Anna came to find me. Mr. Brown says he's very satisfied. He can sign the contract tonight. I waved my hand. Tell him to come to the studio tomorrow to sign. My time is very valuable. Nathan's voice suddenly appeared behind me. When I turned, he pursed his lips and pretentiously adjusted his multi-$1,000 cufflinks. If we sign tonight, I can pay in full immediately. Trying that trick on me again? I'm the boss now, lady. Trying to tempt me with money? No way. I was just about to refuse. Besides, I have other business I'd like to discuss with Ms. Zoe. His gaze swept around, seemingly at random. Where is he looking? With so many gorgeous women here, why is he looking up at the second floor? Fine. Come back tonight. I have some time this afternoon. It would be a good opportunity to see how Ms. Zoe directs a swimwear shoot. Nathan said this cordially, but his eyes, hidden from the others, held a hint of something I couldn't quite decipher. What are you looking at? You're a married man. I don't do affairs. Of course. Since Mr. Brown is interested, please, have a seat. Did he think his presence would throw me off my game? Humph. Who does he think he is? I got right in there, personally guiding the model's expressions and even getting hands-on for a few adjustments. Regular workouts really pay off. Their muscles were firm and springy to the touch. The blonde model looked thrilled, placing a reverent kiss on the top of my head. In my peripheral vision, Nathan's face was darker than the bottom of a burnt pot. I got even more hands-on. With a flirty glance, I even blew them a kiss. One of the models caught it with a grin, shouting, "I love you, boss." I casually glanced in a certain direction. You've got some nerve, Nathan. Still sitting there? The shoot went smoothly. Just as I was seeing everyone off, my little one upstairs woke up. She came pattering towards me, with the nanny hovering protectively behind her. Slow down, little missy, slow down. Mommy. Lucy, who was slinging her bag over her shoulder, turned back. She saw my daughter pass by Nathan's seat, then stop, tilting her head up to look at him curiously. Lucy froze, then grabbed my arm excitedly. Boss, don't you think her eyes, nose, and mouth look just like that Mr. Brown? I opened the car door and shoved her in. Not at all. You're going to be late for your date. The car sped away. I took a deep breath. What's coming will come. The fact that Nathan had waited this long meant he already had most of the information. I had my script prepared. I braced myself and walked towards them. But then my daughter chirped, "Daddy." My foot slipped. I was stunned. Wait a minute. I've never even told her about Nathan. Why is my kid calling the first man she sees, Daddy? Sweetheart, not Daddy. Say, Uncle, I said, my smile a little stiff. My daughter looked at me, confused, and blinked her big eyes. Uncle? Yes, Uncle. Behind me, the nanny looked from me to Nathan, a knowing, amused smile on her face. Gossip lovers are everywhere. Exasperated, I told the nanny she could leave early. Mr. Brown, weren't you here to sign a contract? It's dark now. We can sign. He was busy playing with my daughter. Hearing me, he didn't even look up. The contract is still being drafted. It needs to go through legal review after that. My daughter was giggling with delight. The evening lights cast a warm glow. The huge villa, usually so cool and empty, was suddenly filled with the happy laughter of a normal family. I stared at them, lost in thought. I never knew Nathan's smile could be so gentle, that he could have so much patience. After playing for a long time, my daughter started yawning. I carried her upstairs to put her to bed. Just before she fell asleep, she tugged on my shirt and asked in her little milky voice, "Is he really not my daddy?" He is. I smiled and shook my head. My daughter said, "Oh," and blinked her innocent eyes. But the daddy in the pictures Auntie showed me looks exactly like that uncle. What? Which auntie? Auntie Jenna. Shock was no longer enough to describe my feelings. My mind flashed back 2 years ago, when I was starting my business and looking for a reliable nanny. I interviewed several candidates, but none were right. Then, Jenna appeared like a savior from heaven. She was perfect in every way. Although her salary was a bit higher than average, I could afford it. After a 3-month trial, Jenna became my right-hand woman, single-handedly taking on the responsibility of caring for my daughter. Under my supervision, of course. Who knew she was a spy sent by Nathan? After my daughter fell asleep, I went downstairs, fuming. Jenna works for you? Nathan sat casually, hands clasped, exuding an air of nobility even while seated. He admitted it without hesitation. Yes. When did you know? After you left the city. I had someone look into the places you went before you left. That hospital is a subsidiary of Brown Corp. It was easy to get your medical report. How are you so sure she's your daughter? She's mixed race. Oh. Nathan looked like he'd heard something interesting. He lifted his gaze to me, then tilted his head. A low, muffled laugh rumbled in his chest, sending a disquieting tingle through the cool night air. He stood up and walked toward me. His eyebrows lifted. His cool, handsome face suddenly took on a bold, untamed look. Jenna works for me. How hard do you think it would be to get a paternity test? We're just talking, why do you have your arm propped up on the bar? Before we sign the contract, let's play a game. His warm breath brushed against the side of my face. His dark eyes held a meaningful smile, as if he were deliberately trying to seduce me. When I didn't speak, he added, "Doesn't Miss Zoe love to play games? Who wants to play a game with you? Men are a dangerous distraction. Resist, Zoe." For a successful man like Mr. Brown, being exposed for having an affair while married wouldn't look too good, would it? I shifted slightly, avoiding his breath, and threatened him coldly. "I'm not married." What did he just say? Not married? Tell that to someone who'll believe it. He pulled out a deck of cards from somewhere. High card. If you win, I'll tell you anything you want to know. I don't want to know anything. Scared? Bring it on. Who's afraid of who? You have to get back up where you fell. You can do it, Zoe. Destroy Nathan Brown. I lost. Badly. I don't get it. Isn't high card a game of chance? How does Nathan win every single hand? You cheated. I glared at him through hazy, drunken eyes. This time, the loser didn't strip. The loser had to drink. A bottle of strong liquor was empty in no time. The plan was to get Nathan drunk, but I was the one who ended up plastered. Nathan's tie was loose, his partially exposed Adam's apple bobbing up and down. How did I cheat? Do you have proof? I'm done playing. What's the point? The contract is off. You can leave, I pushed at Nathan, but he didn't budge. I nearly lost my own balance. A hand caught me by the waist. The heat of his touch sent a jolt through me. Let go. He didn't. He spun me around in his arms. Damn it, you're a married man, why are you all over me? You men are all the same. I was drunk. Nathan got me drunk. What's wrong with having a little drunken tantrum? In the struggle, Nathan's cufflink fell off, and his pristine suit became wrinkled. The usually cool and detached man's eyes darkened, the suppressed wildness finally breaking free. He lifted me onto a high stool, trapping me against the bar. I couldn't move. Any movement and I would touch his. What are you doing? I'm calling the police. A wolf in sheep's clothing. A sophisticated scoundrel. Help. You damn woman, I was the one who was used and tossed aside. I didn't call the cops, what are you yelling about? I wanted to get married, but my bride ran away. Who was I supposed to marry? Claire Brooke, who else? I didn't want to feel hurt, but my eyes were getting hot. Nathan actually frowned. I can't stand two-faced women. Huh. That's not what the book said. Isn't she the dream girl you won after stealing her from your brother? My brother isn't interested in women. What does that mean? I blinked, stunned. Nathan took a deep breath and told me, my brother is obsessed with art. His orientation is toward men. When Claire saw she couldn't get him, she turned her attention to me. The Brooke family's company was a sinking ship, and they were trying to use her to plug the holes. Since they couldn't face reality, I gave them a little push. You're the one who bankrupted Brooke Corp. Yes. Then what was with the soft look you gave me when I turned my face at that 45-degree angle? Didn't you hire me as your assistant because I look a little like Claire Brooke? Does Assistant Zoe have some misunderstanding about her own work abilities? He looked at me with a hint of exasperation. And besides, I don't think you two look alike at all. Claire doesn't hold a candle to you. Then why did you give me hush money? That $1 million. His ears suddenly turned a little red. I was drunk that night. I wasn't sure if you were willing, or if. I found out later. That was Nathan's first time. His cold demeanor afterward was purely because Mr. Brown was too proud to admit he'd been tricked into bed by a woman. So it wasn't hush money. It was just him trying to overwhelm me with cash. Ah. Why didn't you say so earlier? I suddenly felt wronged. But you didn't come looking for me all these years. Even a cornered rabbit will bite. And the Brooke family still had some influence in the city. It was better that you left. It made it harder for them to cause you trouble. And you didn't even miss our daughter, I continued, still angry. Jenna sent me photos and videos all the time. You just didn't notice. Besides, you've been living quite comfortably these past few years, haven't you? He squeezed my waist and let out a low laugh. Are the male models good-looking? That smile definitely had a double meaning. I shifted uncomfortably. Well, now that the misunderstanding is cleared up. You can let me go. You take one bite and run. He suddenly leaned in closer. His bare Adam's apple bobbed. The hand on my waist was no longer behaving. Today, we settle the interest. He took my hand and placed it on his abs. I touched them for a second before yanking my hand back as if burned. You. Whose abs are sexier? What? The models, or mine? He held my hand, guiding it across his 8-pack. I can't take this. You animal. Has it been centuries since you've touched a woman? Speak. He gave me a disciplinary pat. I shuddered violently. Why yours? Are you going to look at anyone else's? And no, I won't. Are you going to touch anyone else? And no, I won't. I'm begging you. He laughed hoarsely, his eyes steamy with heat, hotter than any male siren. Beg me for what? Begging you to put me out of my misery. I liked the climate here, so I didn't go back to the city with Nathan. 6 months later. He moved his company headquarters to a building not far from my studio. From then on, my daughter had a father. Every time she saw him, she would cling to him, which made me a little unhappy. I raised her for 3 years. How come the moment Nathan shows up, it's all daddy is the best? Bad man, stealing women's hearts, not even sparing someone so little. I'm mad. But it wasn't long before my daughter was corrupted by her father and became a little schemer herself. She would constantly cuddle up to me, cooing sweetly, "Mommy is the best, I love Mommy the most." At those moments, Nathan would wrap his arms around both of us from behind. Mommy is the best. I love Mommy the most, too. I couldn't stop the smile from spreading across my face. Fine. I can't win against you too. 2 years later, late one night. Just as I was about to fall asleep, a voice suddenly echoed in my ear. Hello, host. The previous program has been recalled due to a logic failure. The world you are in and the script it provided are 2 parallel universes. To compensate you for your lost time, we can send you back to your original world, free of charge. So noisy. Didn't I already report that system? Why is it back? I squinted, searching for a long time, and found a tiny shutdown button next to the report button. I tapped it. A new interface popped up. Host, please confirm if you wish to permanently shut down the strategy system. Once shut down, you will remain in this world forever. This action is irreversible. Please choose carefully. Big red exclamation point, big red exclamation point. So long-winded. I hit confirm. The world went quiet again. Ah. Finally, I can get a good night's sleep. I rolled over, draping my hand over Nathan's waist. The muscles under my hand tensed. I was instantly wide awake. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Wrong spot. Still not satisfied? Want another round? A low voice murmured. He was pretending to be asleep. And no, no, no. You've got it all wrong. You're the one who started it this time. Crying and begging won't work later. That's not. I was half a second too slow. He captured me from behind. Half an hour ago, Nathan had made a second invitation, which I had declined. The man was holding a grudge. You. Be good, baby. Tell me you love me. But if I didn't say it, he would definitely have even more tricks up his sleeve. Love. Love you. He kissed my forehead. I love you, too. Aya, the Ice King has fallen from grace. He's learned to be bad, really, really bad. And I absolutely love it.